Pacific Surfliner presents the CIF Southern Section Ford Boys Basketball Championships. Tonight's game features the Santa Margarita Eagles against the Wolverines of Harvard-Westlake. Hello, everybody. My name is Randy Rosenblum. I'm set to call the play-by-play. This is the professor, Mr. Paul Westfall. We are into the semifinals of D1, and we have an outstanding attraction. The Wolverines and the Eagles each have won 21 games. And, Professor, it's hard for me to separate either one of these two teams. On paper, it looks even.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You have talent on both sides, some spectacular leapers, outstanding shooters. Both these teams came out of really tough leagues and distinguished themselves very well. Plus, they're playing their best basketball at just the right time of the year.
The UCLA commit, twice all CIF, Jake Kyman, can really score the ball for Santa Margarita.
Yeah, he's an elite shooter, but that doesn't tell the whole tale of Jake Kyman. He's also an excellent help side defender. He's a tremendous rebounder and a very willing passer. And he has a tendency in his Santa Margarita career to save his best games for top competition. He's averaging nearly 26 a game in the playoffs.
You gotta love Johnny Juzang. This guy can really fill it up for the Wolverines. He averages over 20 a night.
Yeah, he's one of the best offensive players that I've seen all season. A terrific handle so he can create his own shot, but he has a devastating ability to catch and shoot three balls. He's going to be one of the top recruits nationally next year. He's a special player.
It's a busy day on campus here at Harvard-Westlake. The semifinals in soccer in D1. Harvard-Westlake taking on Los Alamitos. Of course, we got the D1 here with Harvard-Westlake and Santa Margarita in boys basketball. The lineups and the tip-off, they're next on KDOC.
Just made the stress of your commute disappear. Introducing the all-new, impossibly smart Nissan Altima with Pro Pilot Assist. It's groundbreaking tech that takes the stress out of heavy highway traffic by helping you stop and start without touching a pedal. Experience Altima at your local Nissan store.
For a limited time, get a low $239 per month lease on the 2019 Nissan Altima.
Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
We're a AAA family.
We found out about AAA insurance through a friend who had actually mentioned it a while ago. So we ran the numbers and it totally worked.
We looked at the statement for our previous insurer and then AAA insurance. Definitely, we've seen a huge difference.
Switch to AAA insurance today and you can save an average of $447 on auto insurance. Compare that to Geico, State Farm, even Allstate. Call now for your free auto insurance quote to find out how much you could save.
By switching over to AAA insurance, we saved over $450. So with our savings, he bought more equipment.
More money means more practice equipment.
In his world.
Why didn't we do this earlier? Why did it take so long?
We're a AAA family now.
AAA insurance allows us to do so much more with our kids and spend more time with them.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 888-794-4824 for your free auto insurance quote today. AAA Insurance, helping you save more.
Closed courses, fast cars, lots of stunt drivers. Yeah, must be another Dodge commercial. Dodge, domestic, not domesticated.
During the President's Day sales event, well-qualified returning lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2019 Dodge Challenger for $219 a month.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. Nobody does dogs like Wiener Schnitzel. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. And speaking of lineups, we have the starting lineups brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. As you see, the crowd is packed in here at Harvard-Westlake. And, Professor, I love the matchup in the middle with Lee and Hooks.
No, I do too, and there's some great matchups on the perimeter as well. But for Santa Margarita, Kendall McHugh, Aldo Ruiz-Ortiz, a defensive stopper, Jake Kyman and Max Agbankpolo, the two best pair of wings maybe in California, and Shengzi Lee is the big man in the middle. For Harvard-Westlake, Spencer Hubbard and Johnny Juzang at the guards, Truman Gettings and Braze Dotton are the forwards, and Mason Hooks, the aforementioned center. For David Rabibo in his fourth year, Santa Margarita, coached by Jeff Reinert.
And Jeff's in his seventh season as the head mentor of the Eagles. Both teams have won 21 this year, but they want to advance to the D1 championship game. This is the semifinal.
And I got a look at both teams' quarterfinal victories this morning, and both teams played perhaps their toughest games on both offense and defense that I've seen out of both these teams, and I've seen them a lot this year. They were outstanding. Keys to the game: fly like an eagle. That's an old Steve Miller song, and this team can certainly, they have the wings to fly like an eagle with Ogbong, Polo, and Kaiman. Take their cue from Kendall. That's Kendall McHugh, the point guard, that he runs the offense. He gets the people in positions to succeed, and they need to keep Mason in a jar. They can't let Mason Hooks dominate the glass like he's used to doing.
Hooks and Ogbong Polo to jump it up. See who controls the opening tap. Lee able to tip it to his teammate Kaiman. Kendall McHugh, number 10, is the point guard.
A really underrated performer on this team. I think when he got comfortable with his new teammates is when Santa Margarita really started to play well.
Ogbong Polo. Aldo Ruiz-Ortiz could not save it. Hubbard with the takeaway. Rebound Kaiman. Juzang missed an easy one. McHugh off of Ogbong Polo. Trying to save it was Aldo Ruiz, and it's out of bounds to the Wolverines.
Teams looked a little excited. You're right, Juzang missed one that he normally makes, but Ogbong Polo challenged him on that. I thought he might let him go so he doesn't collect an early foul, but Max did a nice job of defending without fouling on that run out by Juzang.
You may notice Spencer Hubbard, point guard, has tape on his left hand. The young man with the ball has an injured thumb. He's played through the pain for 2 months.
Keys for Harvard-Westlake. Truman needs to getting his 10. When he scores more than 10 points, they're 8-0 this year. And Dotton playing brazenly. He's the type of guy that you got to be bold with self-assurance. Dotton could be that third scorer that they magically need. And then Hooks, of course, ordering his favorite double-double. He's had 21 double-doubles this year.
Jake Kaiman gives Santa Margarita the early lead. Kaiman averages 22 points a game. Again, he's the UCLA commit. So the visitors strike first in Studio City. Dotton looking to shoot around Ogbong Polo. He got around it, and Brace Dotton scored.
Nice footwork by Dotton. Ogbong Polo held his ground, but he just pivoted right past him for the quick bucket.
Ogbong Polo comes up short. Lee showing the fact that he has very quick feet for a big man.
He is enormous, yet plays with a great deal of desire.
Open is Aldo Ruiz-Ortiz, and Kaiman found him.
Oh, what a great find by Jake. He is a very willing passer for a guy that they expect to make 25 to 30 points a night. He's all right giving it up, and that was a really good look to Ruiz-Ortiz.
Hubbard will back it up. Juzang being challenged by Aldo Ruiz. Juzang with the step back from 17, rattles it in, and we're even at 4.
Might have got away with an off-arm elbow to the chest of Ruiz-Ortiz, but I'd just soon the referees let him play.
Ogbong Polo got it back. Couldn't score, and Hooks clears. Mason Hooks is a terrific rebounder.
He clears out so much space, and he's got that natural instinct of knowing where the ball is going to come off the rim. He's had double-figure rebounds 26 times out of 28 games. There you see a little bit of contact on the drive. I hope our officials let these kids play, especially as you mentioned, Randy, the battle in the middle. Seldom do you see guys of that height and girth against each other. I hope they don't call cheap ones against either Lee or Hooks.
Kaiman averages 8 rebounds a game, and he brought that one in. Well, we have a check outside and a foul whistled against Dotton of Harvard-Westlake.
The matchups are so good as far as size, speed, length. It'll be interesting to see whether these teams are able to guard man-to-man all night long. Foul trouble could really prove to be a key factor in this one tonight.
McHugh just picked up his second foul of the game, the point guard. That's a problem for Jeff Reinhardt. He's going to have to go to the bench early. He's going to bring in Blazona.
Yep, exactly right. And McHugh is so key to their transition offense. Kendall gets him out running, and he finds the open wing players for jump shots and dunks, and now he's going to have to sit for a long time. There's just under 5 to go here in the quarter.
Jake Blazona, who has come in, had a couple games earlier in the year where he had 10 assists, so he's a capable reserve. Here come the Eagles. We're locked in a 4-4 draw early. Semifinals, D1, CIF Southern Section, 4 championships.
Good look on that last possession for Harvard-Westlake, but Hooks just didn't convert one that he probably makes about 95 times out of 100.
Ogbong Polo, even though he's 6'8", handles the agate well. Fall-away jumper for 2 for Max.
He has as good a mid-range game as I've seen in a long time. It's kind of a forgotten part of basketball. Everybody wants to shoot threes or dunk the basketball, but Max is really good from about 12 to 15 feet.
You can see Blazona out there tightly contesting Hubbard. Gettings inside, draws the foul. Truman Gettings does all the little things well for Dave Rabiba.
Yeah, I like his game a lot. You'll see here he protects the ball, goes right into the teeth of the defense, and he's so strong upper body that he can absorb that contact, still get it up off the rim, and he'll shoot 2. Once again, when he gets 10 points, I tell you, it just makes the combination of Juzang and Hooks almost unbeatable when they get a third score.
Gettings is 70% foul shooter. Looking to tie it on the next one.
Older brother Stone was a terrific player at Loyola, then went on to have a nice career at Cornell, and now is a grad transfer at the University of Arizona.
Gettings hits 1 of 2. Eagles have the ball and a 1-point lead. Again, Blazona is a pass-first point guard.
I'll say. And he handled things well when McHugh was injured early in the year.
Kyman off the iron. Juzang with the carom.
About time for Johnny to look for his own shot. They've bottled him up pretty well.
Over Aldo Ruiz Ortiz. Rebound, Hooks! Mason is limping, coming back the other way.
Yeah, exactly right. He fell awkwardly, and we'll have to see if he can just kind of run through that little tweak of the ankle. But that was an effort basket if I ever saw it. The 2 big guys going after it pretty strong. Hooks won that bout.
Home team by 1. Ogbong Polo comes up short. Watching Hooks come up the floor, he looks a little bit better. Hubbard driving against Blazona. Tipped by Hooks. Well, I guess he's okay, but here comes Blazona and the Eagles 3-on-2. Aldo Ruiz outside, Kyman for 3. Jake Kyman with the triple.
An elite shooter, and if you allow him that much space, nice job to find the trailer, and Kyman just stepped up and as pretty as you please knocked down his first 3 of the night.
He hit 6 in his last outing. Gettings came up short. Tipped away, last touched by the Eagles. Timeout on the floor. It's 9-7 for the visitors. Juzang has a great touch, and so does Jake Kyman.
President's Day, there's big news at Nissan now. No brand received more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards for cars and trucks than Nissan. That means that people love their new Nissans. So we're thanking you with big savings on our lineup, including Rogue with Pro Pilot Assist.
Get a low $239 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on 14 models.
Get to Nissan now, before these offers are yesterday's news.
Millions are still exposed to the dangers of secondhand smoke. And some of them can't do anything about it. But you can. Protect your family. Visit tobaccofreeca.com.
Large crowd on hand for our D1 semifinal here in Studio City at Harvard-Westlake. Harvard-Westlake won the flip. That's why they're hosting Santa Margarita. Harvard-Westlake, the number 3 seed. Number 7 seed are the Eagles, both with championship aspirations. There's Jeff Reinhardt. You know what he said about the game? I asked him about strategy. survive and advance. That's all he could talk about. You got to just survive.
That's his college background coming through there. But when you looked at the Division I bracket, there were probably a good 6 to 8 teams that easily could have advanced. This was a grueling 32-team bracket, down to 4.
Hooks misses again. Kyman working the glass well for the Eagles. Agbang Polo, number 23, is going to attend USC. We told you about this young man. Kyman headed to UCLA, and he scores again. Jake Kyman. Kyman can really shoot it, no question about it. He has 7 points, 7 of the 11.
Well, and can shoot it from a variety of angles. He's terrific with that little fadeaway if he can't get all the way to the rim.
Here come the Eagles on another run out. Both teams looking to push it. Robbins in and out. Hooks again, gets just about every rebound.
Tough luck for Sealer that time. That was halfway down, crawled out.
Holden McCray has checked in, number 0. Inside, Hooks rushed the shot, and Sealer Robbins rebounds.
Nice job by Agbang Polo just to hold his ground. I think Hooks felt that he was going to get a little more contact than that.
Considering Kendall McHugh's out with 2 fouls, Santa Margarita's got to be pleased that they're on the road with the lead. Of course, McHugh, that outstanding point guard.
Well, and they've got a couple of point forwards out there as well. Agbang Polo can really handle it, and Kyman's a very good passer from the top of the key as well.
Lazota exploring the defense. Down to 6 on the shot clock, so Kyman will go to work with 3 on the clock. In and out. And the Smalls on the floor. Hubbard got the rebound.
Nice defense by Harvard-Westlake that time. They bodied up on all the perimeter guys and forced Jake into a very difficult shot. If he makes that one, you just got to tip your cap.
Juzang on the baseline. Quick trigger, missed it. Rebound inside, and the putback for Holden McCray. He averages 5 a game off the bench.
He's a hard worker. He does a lot of those little things, and that time he out-battled a couple of taller Eagles in order to get the rebound and the putback.
Shot clock put to bed for the quarter. We're down to 15 seconds left. And you can see how well Max at 6'8" handles the basketball. Down to 8 seconds. Agbang Polo walked with 3.5 seconds left.
Excellent job by the Wolverine defense to step into the double team. I think that surprised Max and caused him to lose his footing a little bit. Still time.
Holden McCray with a great look inside. Gettings put it in. Was it late or not? That's the question.
Oh, they're going to look at this. I actually thought it was late, but they're going to call it. Yeah, they're going to count it. I think the red light went on first, but they're going to count it.
After 1, it's an 11-11 tie, 7 for Jake Kyman. It was close at the buzzer, but apparently the Wolverines got in there just in time to tie the game.
Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Ford. It's the Ford President's Day Sell-a-thon, the first big deal of the year. Hurry, it all ends Monday.
It's back. It's bigger and it's better. The President's Day Sell-a-thon is back at your California Ford dealers. It's bigger. Lease Escape with only $999 down and $219 per month. It's better than ever, but hurry, it all ends soon.
I work hard and I want my money to work hard too. So I use my Freedom Unlimited card. Even when I'm spending, I'm earning 1.5% cash back on everything I buy. Earn on my favorite soup. Got it. Earning on that eclair. Don't touch it. Don't touch it yet. Let me get the big one. Nope. This one? Nope. This one? No. Let me get them all. I'm gonna get them all. Just the basics. Can you double bag this right here? Earn 1.5% cash back on everything you buy with Freedom Unlimited. Can you also tell me what it is? Chase, make more of what's yours.
Your California Ford dealers' President's Day Sell-a-thon is back. Bigger and better. Get 0 for 60 plus $3,000 on F-150, plus an extra $1,000 when you trade. The President's Day Sell-a-thon is back. But hurry, it all ends soon.
Of course, next week on Saturday, February 23rd, nice doubleheader. You got to love that Virginia-Louisville matchup. Of course, Louisville let that big lead slip away against Duke.
Yeah, they're currently in 4th place. Virginia just a game off the lead that Duke holds, but I tell you, that's an NCAA tournament type of game. We'll have it for you. 9 o'clock in the morning. Get up and watch that one. That's like a Sweet 16 kind of game.
Yeah, it's 2 heavyweights going at it. Hinton, number 21, is checked in for Harvard-Westlake. Outside, Cameron Thrower comes up short. Truman Gettings and Agbang Polo with a brilliant rejection. Lazona wanted Lee. Lee takes it back to him. 2-man game. Lee with the hook shot. Too strong. So we remain even at 11.
Both big players on each end of the court got a little bit quick, a little bit excited. Gettings had his shot blocked, and Lee just a little too quick with the pivot.
Whistle sounds inside. Shinzi Lee of the Eagles picked up the foul. That's his first. He's on his way to BYU. He's also on his way to the bench as he's replaced by Tyler Hanna.
With hooks out of the game for Harvard-Westlake, Coach Reinert can buy Lee a few minutes on the bench, and they'll go small with Agbang Polo guarding Gettings in the post.
McRae off to Cameron Thrower. He'll play through Johnny Juzang. Turnover. Robbins leading the break. Kyman on the wing, raising up. Can't score. Thrower and the Wolverines back the other way. You're still tied at 11. Gettings, that's going against Truman. Give the ball back to Santa Margarita.
Oh, Lazona took quite a hit. He was in perfect position, though. Let's watch that basket at the end of the quarter. No, he did. That's an excellent call by the ref. My first glance at that, I thought the red light around the backboard had gone off before it left Hook's hand, but not so. That's an excellent call by the officials, and the basket was indeed as good as called.
Kendall McHugh with the 2 fouls is checked back in. Number 10, the point guard of Santa Margarita.
I think Coach Reiner didn't like the shot selection that had come the last couple of possessions.
Kyman a little bit short, and Gettings clears for Harvard-Westlake. We're still even at 11.
Without Juzang and Hooks in the game, you wonder where the offense will come from this particular collection of the Wolverines.
McRae trying to hook a pass inside, and whistle sounds, and it's going to be an Eagle foul.
Now, Agbang Polo is telling the official he was trying to pass it. Let's see if they give him 2 shots here, because he was trying to indeed deliver a pass to Gettings on the opposite side of the lane, but they're going to give him 2 shots, and that's kind of a gift there.
You're not kidding. They stole this. McRae has a sweet stroke. Holden McRae. You see that Hooks is back in.
Yeah, the bigs have returned.
And again, it's good to see him healthy. Remember, he was hobbled earlier in the first quarter after coming down awkwardly. And it's the Wolverines by a deuce. We expected a tight, tense struggle, and that's what we've gotten so far. McRae to the goal. Count the basket. A chance for a 3-point play, the hoop and the harm.
Well, you see the difference when Kendall McHugh is in the game as opposed to Blazona or Robbins or any of the other guys that might play the point, is that Kendall can score the ball. And he got himself an opening. The seas parted for him, and he's not afraid to take it and challenge the big guys. Got it up softly off the glass, but missed the 3-point opportunity.
Good draws, 13. Thrower running the point. 6'3" freshman for Harvard-Westlake.
Good
By the way,
looking
this is
player.
a very young Harvard-Westlake team.
Yes, you better get him this
Hooks
year.
with his jam. Dave Rabibo told me he's really proud of this team and how far they've come. They had a lot of injuries earlier in the year. They're coming all the way back. Agbang Polo ties it.
Once Harvard-Westlake got healthy, you could see the improvement. The second half of the season was much better than the first. On that previous play, what a good look from Holden McRae. They're not missing Hubbard at the point like I thought they might.
Thrower's done a nice job. McRae passing back outside to Dotton. Got it back.
Oh, it's a man's game in there.
There is some tall lumber in there. Robbins is free, and Sela scores. McHugh with the dive.
Yeah, McHugh, you can see the difference. I mean, he's come in the game, and the last 4 possessions for Santa Margarita have resulted in either really good looks or finished baskets at the other end.
A turnover. Max did a nice job of jumping in front of that pass. Max Agbonkpolo.
Yeah, thrower kind of telegraphed that one. Took a little bit too long to get it out of his hand.
McHugh for 3. Long shots, take long bounces. Robbins can't connect. Timeout taken by Dave Rabibo. Well, Harvard-Westlake and Santa Margarita mixing it up, and we expected a heavyweight championship type of fight here tonight.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if you see a great deal of separation in the score with either team exchanging the leads.
I love this movie. I mean, an officer and a gentleman, the ultimate romance movie.
Well, and of course, well-decorated Lou Gossett Jr. winning the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Richard Gere, Deborah Winger, an outstanding cast. And some of the great lines in history. I mean, when Deborah Winger says to Richard Gere, "You know something? You ain't nothing special." I think about that all the time. People have told me that for years.
Well, I think a lot of women would argue with that. Richard Gere is very special. Well, we might have a special night here in Studio City. 2 teams that will battle it out. Paul, you do look like Richard Gere.
Boy, he's really kind of hit the skids then.
Hubbard misses inside the rebound for McCray, and another opportunity for the Wolverines. Juzang, rebound Hooks. He missed the dunk.
But Hooks is getting really good rebounding position. I bet he's close to 10 rebounds already here just in the first half. He's sort of winning that battle against Lee.
Hubbard, such a crafty point guard. Juzang and Kyman. Juzang, bingo, from downtown. You know, he, in the off-season, will come into the gym and shoot at least 500 jumpers a day, 7 days a week.
He is the definition of a 3-level scorer, and you can't stop that. Kyman tries to answer.
And does. Jake Kyman, he's in double digits with 10.
Oh, the most talented players on each side beginning to warm up.
Just about 3 minutes to play opening half. Eagles by a deuce. So thrilled you're with us on KDOC on our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week. Juzang from downtown. Agbonkpolo rebounds for the Eagles.
A little bit of a heat check there for Juzang, but nobody minds a guy like that shooting it.
McCloskey checked in. He tried the 3 and couldn't connect.
I don't know if Coach Reinert wanted that early in the clock. Oh, we had a kick, but they didn't call anything.
Yeah, Lee playing a little soccer. We had some soccer on campus today, and that time Lee with a nice play. There's one going against McHugh.
Oh, that's a tough call. That's such a tough call. Oh, Coach Reinert had to walk away on that one. McHugh was just beginning to have an impact on the game.
Wow. 3 fouls on McHugh, the Eagles by 2.
Now through President's Day, get an incredible $1,500 cash back on a new Tacoma. Or get $500 bonus cash when you lease one for just $259 a month. But hurry, these offers end soon. We make it easy. Toyota. Let's go places.
The decision to get dental implants is a big one. Trust a professional who has extensive training and experience. Dr. John Willardson is an expert in all facets of dental implant surgery and restoration of your smile. By scheduling a consultation, Dr. Willardson will walk you through the entire process to ensure you're making the best decision for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Willardson. Trust Implants offers one-day treatments and sedation to restore your smile while you sleep. Call us at 844-92-TRUST or go to trustimplants.com to reserve your free consultation today.
Now through President's Day, get an incredible $1,500 cash back on a new Tacoma. Or get $500 bonus cash when you lease one for just $259 a month. But hurry, these offers end soon. We make it easy. Toyota. Let's go places.
Tonight's game is presented by the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Travel by train to top SoCal destinations, including San Diego, Santa Barbara, and more. Plan your trip at PacificSurfliner.com. 20-18, Santa Margarita leads by 2, but their star point guard, Kendall McHugh, just picked up his 3rd foul in this charge.
Wow, and this is really a tough call because the defender is invading his space, and McHugh used his off arm just slightly to combat that. That would have been a play on in my book, and because it's his 3rd foul, it really has an adverse impact on the Santa Margarita offense. Let's see if they can survive the last 2 minutes without their talented point guard.
Giddings, empty. Rebound, another one for Kyman.
That's not Truman's strong suit there.
Robbins had a lane. He was confronted but got it back. Inside of 2 minutes to play in the half. They're playing off of Robbins. He goes inside. Lee missed the layup.
Oh my gosh, big guy, you got to make that one.
Well, they executed to perfection and got the shot they wanted, but Santa Margarita didn't score.
Terrific pass by Robbins.
Hubbard, the settling force.
Oh, that might have been walk.
Giddings hit the side of the board. Terrific defense from Jake Kyman. Kyman from straight away. That's a 2-ball for Jake Kyman, who has a dozen.
Terrific ball reversal. First it went in the corner to Robbins, then quickly the ball went Robbins, Agbankpolo, Kyman. He had a little one on him. He knew he had plenty of time and space to knock down that sweet jumper.
Hooks with a marvelous screen. Juzang couldn't connect. Here come the Eagles. Robbins thought about going inside to McCloskey and threw it over the head of Kyman.
Yeah, it might have been better served. McCloskey was calling for the high lob, but Robbins eschewed that pass and then instead threw it cross court clean over the head of one of the more dynamic leapers on the Eagles team.
Giddings with a breather. Last time we saw him at the Mission League Championship game, Giddings was brilliant in a victory over Loyola.
And he was terrific in their win over Brentwood in the quarterfinals. Truman had 15.
Dotton walked.
That's the first time they've called that. I've seen that 5 or 6 times between the two teams, but you'll watch. See, before he gets started in one direction or another, both feet leave the ground. That's a travel every time, but that's the first time we've called that.
Both coaches very involved, Rabibo and Reiner. Done a tremendous job with their basketball units this year.
Shot clock
Santa
is
Margarita
off.
has played a grueling schedule, the toughest schedule in the country. They're 21-10, 15 seconds left in the half. Agbankpolo is short.
That's a little early when you had the last shot. I'm surprised they took it.
Giddings out of the game, so it's Juzang. And now Agbankpolo from backcourt came up empty. Well, it's 22-18 for Santa Margarita. Jake Kyman was the story. He had 12 of the 22. Defense was the order of the day. They'll need more from Juzang in the second half. Kyman starring gives the Eagles the halftime advantage.
Hug the coast on the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner and embrace the journey to Southern California's top destinations. Cruise by sparkling beaches and rolling hills as you travel to renowned wine countries, beloved surf cities, and vibrant downtowns. Let us take you to SoCal's most inviting and inspired communities. Plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com and come hug the coast with us.
This President's Day, there's big news at Nissan Now. No brand received more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards for cars and trucks than Nissan. That means that people love their new Nissans. So we're thanking you with big savings on our lineup, including Rogue with Pro Pilot Assist.
Get a low $239 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on 14 models.
Get to Nissan now, before these offers are yesterday's news.
This is not a bet. It's a revolution in sleep. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed is on sale now from $8.99 during the Ultimate Sleep Number event. It senses your movement and automatically adjusts to keep you both comfortable. It even helps with this. So you wake up ready to hit the ground running. Only at a Sleep Number store. During our President's Day weekend special, save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed, plus 36-month financing. Ends Monday. Sleep Number, proven quality sleep.
Come on in. Let the Broadway magic begin at Disney's Aladdin. Audiences and critics agree. Aladdin is fabulous and extravagant, and exactly what you wish for. Aladdin, the hit Broadway musical.
March 6th through 23rd at Sagerstrom Center for the Arts. Visit scfta.org today.
Jeep Grand Cherokee didn't get to be the most awarded SUV ever without luxurious craftsmanship, fuel efficiency, legendary capability, or innovative technology. That's why more people are joining the Jeep family than any other brand. Well-qualified returning Grand Cherokee lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee for $199 a month.
Well, coming up, we have the LA City section final. We can tell you Westchester's into the championship game, and Fairfax is leading, so it could be that desired matchup of Westchester and Fairfax. Then on March 9th, CSUN and UC Irvine, Big West basketball. And Paul, you know about Irvine's already got 21 victories.
I'll tell you, they're playing really well, and they've got a chance to win the conference portion of the Big West, which puts them in a more advantageous position to win the only berth that the Big West ever gets, and that's to win the Big West tourney.
First half highlights, Jake Kyman was terrific.
Juzang off to a little bit of a slow start for Harvard-Westlake, has only 5, but you know he can get 10 or 15 in a quarter. And it's been a man's game underneath. Mason Hooks has dominated the glass. But I'll tell you, Kyman has been the star of the game so far. And this man, Kendall McHugh, had an impact on the game, but he collected that third foul, and that will have he'll have to play really a little bit less aggressive in the second half.
4-point lead for Kyman and the Eagles.
Made the stress of your commute disappear. Introducing the all-new, impossibly smart Nissan Altima with Pro Pilot Assist. It's groundbreaking tech that takes the stress out of heavy highway traffic by helping you stop and start without touching a pedal. Experience Altima at your local Nissan store.
For a limited time, get a low $239 per month lease on the 2019 Nissan Altima.
Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Can you believe it? Our new store in Ontario is finally open. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Exit right ahead.
Me too. Grand opening celebration. Come celebrate the grand opening of our new Ontario store with entertainment and treats for the whole family. All President's Day weekend long at any of our 110 locations coast to coast. Plus untouchable furniture values on living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, mattresses, and more. Are you as excited as I am?
Recalculating.
Me too. Can hardly wait.
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Now open in Ontario.
If you've been injured, call Jacoby & Myers.
This is utterly ridiculous.
Don't deal with the insurance company alone. Call Jacoby & Myers. Protect your future. Call Jacoby & Myers.
When we switched to AAA insurance and we bundled our home and auto, we were shocked at the savings.
Not only did we increase our coverage significantly, but we also saved hundreds of dollars.
I switched to AAA because I saved over $450. That makes a big difference in my budget.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you can save an average of $447 on auto insurance. Compare that to Geico, State Farm, even Allstate. Call now for your free auto insurance quote to find out how much you could save.
This type of savings on the insurance goes a long way in helping me do the things I like to do.
Because of the savings that we get from having AAA insurance, we're able to do more of the things that we love.
We might go to the spa, go to the concert, go out to eat.
Yeah, it makes me feel good about spending the money when I know we've already saved it.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 877-214-1312 for your free auto insurance quote today. AAA Insurance, helping you save more.
Our halftime stats are brought to you by Nissan. Other than Jake Kyman, not a lot of production on either side.
Well, the defenses have been stout. They've been very aggressive on the perimeter. There haven't been a lot of turnovers, so there haven't been very many easy baskets. But I thought Kyman and Ogbong-Polo, the talented wings for Santa Margarita, I thought they would have to score 40-something between the two of them for Santa Margarita to prevail. And for Harvard-Westlake, the fact that Hooks, Juzang, and Dotton have just 11 points between the three of them, and they're still very much in this game, is a good sign for Harvard-Westlake.
Very rugged inside first half battle.
Man, I'll tell you, the refs are letting them play, which is nice, but it has really been tough to score. Even when you get a rebound, the putbacks have been challenged, and as I mentioned, there haven't been very many steals and easy baskets, so you're earning every half-court trip tonight, and that's a credit to both these teams and how they have gotten after their opponents defensively.
Well, Westchester's already into the finals of the Open Division. We'll have that championship game next week. Fairfax is leading Washington Prep. We're looking back from a year ago when Westchester prevailed and won the city title for Edizam. It's always a great rivalry game.
Well, every time they hook up, especially when it ends up in the city section final, you know the place will be rocking and the atmosphere will be an intense one. Westchester has held up their half of the bargain so far with their earlier victory. Now it's up to Fairfax to do the same. And if those two teams meet, you know that those two teams, they don't like each other and they'll get after each other. And we've got it for you on KDOC.
Fairfax won the 2 regular season meetings, but Westchester is pining for a third and final encounter, and they'd like to win the crown and retain their championship. This is what's coming up in early March, one of those doubleheaders of the ACC.
Well, and every game is really difficult in the ACC, even when you're playing one of the bottom feeders. But Syracuse has done a nice job. They're sitting there in the middle of the pack. I believe they're tied for 4th. So they are certainly have a serious look at an NCAA tournament bid. And then Pitt goes to Virginia, which is a pit in its own right. It's hard to win on the road in Charlottesville. And Tony Bennett and that defensive-oriented team is locked in again this year. It's hard to get to 60 against Tony Bennett's Cavaliers.
And Virginia, the Cavaliers, won with 60 today over Notre Dame. That's our ACC March 2nd doubleheader here on KDOC. We're going to come back. We'll have the second half for Santa Margarita, the Eagles, and the Harvard-Westlake Wolverines. It's 22-18 for the visitors from Santa Margarita. You're watching and enjoying, I'm sure, the Pacific Surfliner KDOC Game of the Week.
Yeah, I've seen a lot out here in the West. But a juicy charbroiled burger with a patty made from plants? Only the folks at Carl's Jr. can pull out something that bold. The new Beyond Famous Star with cheese, only at Carl's Jr.
This President's Day, there's big news at Nissan Now. No brand received more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards for cars and trucks than Nissan. That means that people love their new Nissans. So we're thanking you with big savings on our lineup, including Rogue with Pro Pilot Assist.
Get a low $239 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on 14 models.
Get to Nissan now, before these offers are yesterday's news.
A beautiful smile can light up the world. At Concord, we train students for careers that help build beautiful smiles. Accelerated learning that can earn you your diploma in as few as 8 months, with day and nighttime classes that fit your needs. The kind of personal attention and mentoring that will prepare you for a career that will not only change your life, but the lives in your community. Train to be a dental assistant at Concord. Opportunity awaits at concord.edu.
This is not a bed. It's a revolution in sleep. The Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed is on sale now from $8.99 during the Ultimate Sleep Number event. It senses your movement and automatically adjusts to keep you both comfortable. It even helps with this. So you wake up ready to hit the ground running. only at a Sleep Number store. During our President's Day weekend special, save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed, plus 36-month financing. Ends Monday. Sleep Number, proven quality sleep.
I was hurt in a car crash.
I got an attorney from 1-800-THE-LAW 2.
My attorney handled everything.
I don't pay a penny until he gets me a check.
Find out if you have a case. To get answers, to get results, call 1-800-THE-LAW 2.
Louis Gossett Jr.
You ready to quit now, Mayo?
Richard Gere.
Go, sir! Diola! I ain't gonna quit!
A classic movie that defined the 80s. An Officer and a Gentleman, tomorrow at 8 on KDOC TV's Weekend Theater.
Yeah, I've seen a lot out here in the West. But a juicy charbroiled burger with a patty made from plants? Only the folks at Carl's Jr. can pull out something that bold. The new Beyond Famous star with cheese. Only at Carl's Jr.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. Nobody does dogs like Wiener Schnitzel. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Second half action. The Eagles will have the basketball to start, and Kendall McHugh, that outstanding point guard with the 3 fouls, will start on the bench.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Reinhardt, you have to sit him for probably, I would guess, as long as you can keep the lead. If that goes 5 or 6 minutes, that's great news for Santa Margarita. If they fall behind here early in the third quarter, I think he has to trust that McHugh will play smart and not pick up his 4th.
Blazona's pass intercepted by Hooks, and Jake Blazona's the sophomore point guard that's replacing Kendall McHugh.
Oh, Hooks baited him into that one. He kind of let Aldo Ruiz-Ortiz think he was open, and then Hooks, like a good linebacker, stepped in and stole it, and he traveled.
Hooks with the extra step. Hooks, a very intelligent young man. Ivy League schools are on his radar.
You can see there it did a little bump, and that was good for a travel. And a couple of turnovers back-to-back to start this third quarter of a very defensive-oriented game. But look at that, McHugh back in the contest.
He was on the bench for 30 seconds.
I guess Coach Reiner didn't like that turnover from Blazona.
Ruiz-Ortiz drops in a triple.
Oh, that is huge. He's not known for scoring. He averages just about 2.5 a game. But if he can hit a couple of open threes, it will open up some driving lanes for the likes of Kaiman and Ogbong Polo.
Hooks on the baseline. Hubbard. An air ball from about 8 feet, but it was last touched by Lee, the big fella of Santa Margarita.
I think Hubbard couldn't believe he was so wide open for such a long time, because he had time to really think about that one and still came up, unfortunately, quite short.
Biggest deficit of the game facing Harvard-Westlake, back by 7.
Yeah, time for your stars to get involved, and that's a good option.
Juzang, the star is the option. To the approval of the bench, he has 7.
Oh, he thought about pulling the trigger again.
Ogbong Polo misses, but Lee tips it to himself, finds McHugh for an easy one, and he finishes with the offhand, the left hand.
Oh, nicely done by Lee, though, to get the rebound and then survey the floor, and finds the cutting McHugh for the easiest basket of the night for Santa Margarita.
Hooks drawing the double team. The open man is Dotton.
Oh, he's got to make that. He's a good shooter. He had plenty of time to get his feet set, get the ball spun the right way. Blaze, you got to make those.
Well, simple math tells you if they're double teaming Hooks inside, somebody's got to be open.
Agreed, and they found the open guy in a position to succeed, and Blaze will make that more often than he'll miss.
Wolverines take a full timeout, down by 7, 27-20, with just above 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. My favorite movie, we're going to talk about it again, An Officer and a Gentleman. Wasn't Deborah Winger up for the Academy Award? I think she was.
Gosh, I can't tell you that. I can tell you there was an Academy Award winner, though, and that was Lou Gossett Jr. for his outstanding performance as, I believe, Captain Emil Foley, I want to say was his name in the movie. But he was brilliant. Richard Gere in the middle of so many successful movies at that time. Just a great film. They also won an Academy Award, I think, for Best Score as well.
Okay, thinking of movies, I'm thinking of Jason Segel. who is an actor and a basketball player who played right here at Harvard-Westlake. Played behind the Collins brothers when they won a state championship. And you got to go back to 1996, 97. The Collins brothers, Jaron and Jason, led Harvard-Westlake to back-to-back state titles, but Jason Siegel was on that 96 team that won the title. And there's Jake Kyman hoping to bring that kind of success to Santa Margarita this year. The winner of this game goes into the CIF Southern Section 4 Championship D1 Final. Now we're going to have a player control foul going against Harvard-Westlake.
Maybe a little bit of acting going on in there, because Hooks was just trying to go through the clutter, and Ruiz-Ortiz flopped a little bit, but got the call, and Hooks was mad. That's only his first foul, though, so Mason in no trouble.
McHugh terminating the dribble. Aldo Ruiz-Ortiz. Kyman.
That's off Jake's
off
leg.
His knee, yeah. Good call. Tough to score buckets. The defenses have been in everybody's trunks tonight. Everybody, getting in everyone's face, and that's what Dave Rabebo likes to see. He likes that kind of rugged defensive stance.
Good work by Dotton that time. You saw how he raked the ball down, and then it went off of Kyman's leg and out of bounds.
Juzang from 30 feet.
But that's just a flick of the wrist for Johnny, and that one was right on target, just a touch long.
Ruiz-Ortiz inside for Lee. Back outside, McHugh with an open look.
Gettings the strongest, but that's an errant pass, and here come the Eagles.
Kyman playing strong safety with the interception. Good ball movement, and Lee inside around Hooks. And Shinzy scores.
Power move by Lee with the right hand. He used that big body to ward off Hooks and get it to the front of the rim.
The lead is 9. On their home floor, the Wolverines are trailing. Gettings for 3. Yes, and a huge basket for Harvard-Westlake.
That's a big shot for Gettings. He's coming into the game. He had only made 4 threes on the year, but that no time like the present. Lee again.
Off the dish from McHugh, and you can see the value of Kendall McHugh feeding his teammates, and Reinhardt and the bunch love it on the sideline.
Yeah, he just has that special vision that the good point guards have. It's just the offense is just much more crisp when Kendall's in the game.
Dotton out of the corner. Brace Dotton, so a couple 3 balls in a row, fueling a Harvard-Westlake rally.
From the complimentary players on top of that, it wasn't Juzang, it wasn't Hooks, it was Dotton and Gettings, and they need contributions from those guys too.
The chance of Harvard-Westlake cascading down here in Studio City. Kyman and 1. Jake Kyman muscling it up. Kyman has 14, looking for 15. The lead is 7 for Santa Margarita. The offense.
This made the stress of your commute disappear. Introducing the all-new, impossibly smart Nissan Altima with Pro Pilot Assist. It's groundbreaking tech that takes the stress out of heavy highway traffic by helping you stop and start without touching a pedal. Experience Altima at your local Nissan store.
For a limited time, get a low $239 per month lease on the 2019 Nissan Altima.
Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
The decision to get dental implants is a big one. Trust a professional who has extensive training and experience. Dr. John Willardson is an expert in all facets of dental implant surgery and restoration of your smile. By scheduling a consultation, Dr. Willardson will walk you through the entire process to ensure you're making the best decision for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Willardson. Trust Implants offers one-day treatments and sedation to restore your smile while you sleep. Call us at 844-92-TRUST or go to trustimplants.com to reserve your free consultation today.
Well, Harvard-Westlake has been down by as many as 9. Currently at 7. They're going to have to get a handle on Jake Kyman, who's got 14, and he's going to the line.
Yeah, Kyman has taken it upon himself to do the scoring here in the third quarter. This is a bit of a stunner, but the number 1 seed, Chino Hills, has advanced to the Division I final with a 49-47 win over the upset-minded Windward Wildcats, who won 2 upsets in a row. They beat Long Beach Poly in the second round and then defeated Loyola in triple overtime for Windward to get to the semis, but Chino Hills had just enough, and the top seed advances to the final.
That's their 20th win of the year for those Huskies. Windward had won 25 games, but comes up a little bit short. Kyman for the three-point play. And now has 15 on the evening. And he averages 22 per outing.
Juzang out on the top. He'll take control of the offense, but Santa Margarita ran a second defender at him immediately.
McCray finds Hubbard in the corner. And Kyman continues to do a nice job working the glass for the Eagles.
Complete player. People think he's just a scorer. He's a complete player.
Eagles trying to take advantage of a turnover, and they can't as they give it right back. Traveling, whistled against Brace Dotton.
And it won't show up in the scorebook, but it's because Kyman was there. And Dotton knew he had to do something special in order to beat Kyman one-on-one, and it just forced him to move his feet a little bit prematurely.
Jeff Reinhardt says Kyman has been a special player for me all season long, and we've seen that here tonight. This is Kyman looking to pull the trigger. Tough shot, and he scores anyway.
Oh, he is in a zone now. The hoop must look enormous because he didn't hesitate at all with that Nowitzki-like fadeaway.
Juzang rejected, got it back, and puts it in.
I think we're going to get a delay of the game warning against Juzang as he caught his own made basket and then put it on the floor, but next time he does that, it'll be a technical. But Juzang's he's got to play like the star that he is. He has to take over. Hooks back in, but Juzang's he's going to have to take the offense over by himself, I think, in order to get Harvard-Westlake a little bit closer. If they could cut this 8-point lead down to maybe 4 at the end of 3, they'd be in pretty good shape.
2.5 minutes to play in the third. Robbins with it out on top. They want Kyman. It's a heat check for Jake Kyman. Didn't get that one to fall, and hitting rebounds for the Wolverines. They'll push the tempo. The long one, that's short. Came up empty.
He just got in the game. Yeah, he just got in the game. That's the first time he touched it, and he launched a 3. I might have been better served to get that back to Juzang.
Eagles will spread the court. Agbonk Polo banks it in, draws the foul on Juzang, and Max will try to make the three-point play.
Wow, I'm not sure Max was trying to bank this, but Juzang got that hand up a little too close to Max's face and gets called for the foul. But Agbonk Polo, who's had a quiet evening thus far, this is only his 5th and 6th points of the night. But he was the same way against Damien. He had only 6 at the half, but finished with 21. So he can get hot in a hurry.
He has great length, terrific score. On his way to USC. McCray for 3, not close.
Ooh, that's
10-point lead, and the Eagles are running. Robbins all the way. Hooks took that one right off the rim. Boy, Mason Hooks he just got that nose for the football.
Yeah, he is.
And the basketball. You know, they wanted him to play football.
Well, I wouldn't mind throwing him a pass over the middle either.
Hooks double teamed. Hinton. And they're a little bit out of sorts offensively. They're just not in rhythm.
Yeah, at least they got the ball in the right hands now.
Juzang with almost an impossible shot. Robbins was in his face, and Juzang made it anyway. What a shot. He has 12. Timeout taken. Boy, Jake Kyman has been great. Juzang starting to answer as well, but Kyman, who has 17 points, has been spectacular.
Well, the cream rises to the top, and the 2 best players on the floor are number 13 in blue, that's Jake Kyman, and number 5 in white is Johnny Juzang. But Kyman has had the better of it so far tonight. You talk about a guy who can score from any angle, any spot on the court. You're seeing it there. Pull up and shoot the three off the bounce, catch and shoot mid-range, and some of those fadeaways tonight have been impressive. And when he's had to, he's bullied his way to the basket for the basket and one.
You know, it's noticeable there, Professor. None of those shots were open looks. They were all contested, and Kyman made them anyway.
Yep, he is indeed, I think, the kind of guy who will be a scorer at every level of basketball that he plays on his way to Westwood, and I think he'll play early and often. But Juzang showed me something there. There was nothing happening for Harvard-Westlake on that possession, and Johnny finally got the ball, and even though, as you mentioned, Randy, he was closely guarded, he still was able to rise up and make a much-needed basket because it was starting to get away from the Wolverines.
Eagles by 7. And they have 3 D1 players on the floor. Max Agbankpolo with a wonderful look to Robbins.
Oh, you got to make that.
Fortunately for the Eagles, he got it back.
Oh, a perfect pass. Sela looking at his hands like they betrayed him on that one. Oh, my goodness, what a no-look pass from Agbankpolo. Let's see if shot and game clock are virtually the same. Last time the Eagles had this situation, they shot it way too early, and they do again.
Agbankpolo misses, Hinton rebounds, and he's fouled in the backcourt. With 12.6 seconds left in the third, and you're right, both times Agbankpolo pulled the trigger early.
I don't understand that. There are times when players don't understand time and score. If they hold for the last shot, the worst thing that can happen to Santa Margarita is that they take a 7-point lead into the fourth quarter. Maybe it's 9, maybe it's 10. Instead, they give the Wolverines a chance here, just like at the end of the first quarter when Hooks put it in right at the buzzer. They got a chance to cut this to, well, they could cut it to 5 or maybe even 4.
Final 10 seconds of the quarter, and it's Juzang will be picked up by Robbins.
You better shade another defender toward him.
Another long one. He's short with that one, and the quarter ends. So after 3, the visitors from Santa Margarita are 1 quarter away from facing Chino Hills in the D1 final. Juzang and company are still dangerous, but it's the Eagles on top.
Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Ford. It's the Ford President's Day Sell-a-thon, the first big deal of the year. Hurry, it all ends Monday.
It's back, it's bigger, and it's better. The President's Day Sell-a-thon is back at your California Ford dealers. It's bigger. Lease Escape with only $999 down and $219 per month. It's better than ever, but hurry, it all ends soon.
What do I do?
If you've been injured, call Jacoby and Myers.
What am I gonna do?
You need someone on your side. Call Jacoby and Myers.
Hello? Yes. Is he all right?
Jacoby and Myers. We've been on your side for more than 40 years.
Your California Ford dealers' President's Day Sell-a-thon is back. Bigger and better. Get 0 for 60 plus $3,000 on F-150, plus an extra $1,000 when you trade. The President's Day Sell-a-thon is back. But hurry, it all ends soon.
I mentioned the 1996 state champions earlier. You see 30 there. That's the actor, Jason Segel. And then you see Jaron and Jason Collins. And here's a picture of that trio. What a great year it was for the Wolverines. They won it all.
Well, they certainly had the Twin Towers back in the mid-90s. The Collins twins were just, special talents, but you still had to have complementary players as well. And congratulations to Coach Hilliard and the Wolverines for a memorable season. Coach Rubibo trying to make a call over there, and it went the other way. It'll be Santa Margarita basketball.
Can't afford those mistakes when you're trailing by 7.
No, offensively, the Wolverines have got to get some other people involved besides Juzang.
McHugh, very capable scorer, but of course Kyman's the man they'll play through.
Ragged
Kyman
possession.
trapped.
Yeah, ragged possession for Santa Margarita.
Last touch by the hustling Holden McCray.
Spacing, which has been pretty good most of the night for the Eagles. They had 4 guys clustered on the right side of the floor, and it nearly ended up being a turnover. Substitutions for the Wolverines. McCray back in, Gettings as well.
McHugh threw that one up over the iron, but drew the foul. Kendall's going to the charity stripe.
He's really clever. That time he knew he had a big one on him in Gettings, so all he had to do was get it under his arm and get it up on the rim, and the contact gets him a 2-shot opportunity. He's done well to play without collecting that 4th foul.
Jeff Reiner says in his 7 years as the head coach, Kendall McHugh is his best point guard, and he came in from the state of Virginia. A great find for the Eagle program.
No doubt about that. And when he went down with a bit of an ankle injury and they were forced to go with other players at the point position, they struggled a little bit. They're a lot better when he's out there.
Where will the scoring come from for Harvard-Westlake other than Juzang? McCray hit the side of the board.
Jake should have picked that one up there. He tried to nutmeg his defender, and that had little chance of succeeding.
McCray gives it to Hooks, and he scores.
There you go,
Mason
Randy.
Hooks.
That's your guy. If Juzang can't carry him, Hooks is capable. He can get 10 points in a quarter. Nice pass, though, from McCray. Set him up.
Wolverines back to within 6. Jeff Reinert wants a timeout.
Each of those last 2 possessions, each of those last 2 possessions for Santa Margarita looked really ragged from the get-go. And I think Coach Reinert said, look, let's get back to doing what we were doing as far as the right guys in the right spots.
Well, we have the championship game coming up next week in the LA City section. We know it's Westchester, and Fairfax has a handsome lead over Washington Prep in the second half, so it looks like it'll be those 2 behemoths of the city section, Fairfax and Westchester. Then we go to the Big West after a week off on March 9th with the Matadors of Cal State Northridge, Mark Gottfried's team at UC Irvine. By the way, Jim Herrick, an assistant, the former UCLA coach, on the bench as well for CSUN.
Everything comes full circle in this particular sport, and those 2 guys could certainly tell quite a few stories. Now this possession for Santa Margarita, I would think you'd like to see Ogbong Polo and Kyman kind of carry this particular possession. Max playing sort of a point forward right now. Got to get the ball back into 13's hands.
Ogbong Polo closely guarded by McCray. 8 on the shot clock as it comes to Lee. Pressure defense by the Wolverines. Kyman from 8, no good. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Robbins of Santa Margarita. Give it to the Wolverines.
Wow. Lee, in future basketball, Lee will just turn and make a move to the basket. They hit him with a pass that was literally 3 feet from the hoop, and he turned away from the basket and looked to pass it. If he just turns toward the basket and goes up strong, something good will happen.
Juzang will pull up and score the friendly roll for Johnny Juzang.
Shooter's
he has
touch.
14.
And it is a 4-point game under 6.
Ogbong Polo all the way to the rim. That quiets the crowd here at Harvard-Westlake.
Defense opened up, and Max did a good job of anticipating the contact and finishing with the right hand.
Hooks battling. Last touched it. Give the ball to Santa Margarita.
Boy, but it's 1-on-3. Hooks trying to get the rebound over 3 Eagles. He needs a little help in there, Harvard-Westlake. Somebody else got to go to the offensive glass.
A composed point guard, Kendall McHugh. He hasn't picked up his 4th foul. He's played with the 3 the entire second half. With the left hand, the goal after kissing it off the window.
All set up by the high ball screen from Lee. That drags Hooks away from the rim a little bit, which opened up enough of a lane for McHugh to slice his way to the rim.
Juzang, no. Hooks with the putback, and he's blocked but fouled by Ogbong Polo.
But a good challenge by Ogbong Polo. He wasn't going to give Hooks that easy one because Mason will make that little touch shot. About 9 out of 10, you'll see it here. And Ogbong Polo is going to make him earn it from the line. But Hooks, pretty good free throw shooter for a big guy.
Yeah, he shoots 74%. He averages a double-double on the season, 17 points and 12 rebounds. Just a beast inside.
And the Westfall Hex is in semifinal form.
I think so. You're on your way to the finals with those hexes, the professor. Better rhythm there.
Full court pressure coming from the Wolverines. At the very least, they'd like to make the Eagles take some time off the clock before they can get an easy basket. But the high ball screen worked very well the last time.
McHugh, Hooks tipped it away. Dotton the other way. Eagles got back beautifully defensively.
They surely
after the
did.
turnover.
And Juzang lurking in the corner.
Hooks from the baseline. And again, Kyman off the glass, getting the ball back for Santa Margarita.
Lee went out there and challenged that one, made Hooks change his arc a little bit. We're going to get a foul.
What a block by Juzang. Looked like McHugh would have an easy layup. Boy, Juzang with a terrific
Jeff Reinhardt up
there to get that block.
But Reinhardt screaming for a foul. I think he might have a case there. He might have come across the wrist, but nonetheless, Hubbard out for the Wolverines, and Juzang will run the point, guarded by Robbins, an excellent on-ball defender, number 3 for Santa Margarita.
Low-scoring affair in the semifinals. Hook for the layup is 2 for Dotton. Brace Dotton.
He looked a little reluctant when he first got the ball, but then he realized if I go strong to the left hand, this lane is wide open. Good kiss off the glass.
Santa Margarita trying to hold on the road. You sense that Harvard-Westlake has a little bit of momentum here. There's a hand check and a foul outside as they tried to deny Jake Kyman. We're inside of 4 minutes to play. Hooks and company are trying to come back, but Agbon Polo and the Eagles are clinging to a 5-point lead.
President's Day, there's big news at Nissan now. No brand received more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards for cars and trucks than Nissan. That means that people love their new Nissans. So we're thanking you with big savings on our lineup, including Rogue with Pro Pilot Assist.
Get a low $239 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on 14 models.
Get to Nissan now, before these offers are yesterday's news.
Yeah, I've seen a lot out here in the West. But a juicy charbroiled burger with a patty made from plants? Only the folks at Carl's Jr. can pull off something that bold. All the legendary flavor, none of the meat. When the wagon of change comes, you ride along with it. The new Beyond Famous Star with cheese, only at Carl's Jr., where the food is the star.
Tonight's game is presented by the Pacific Surfliner. When you travel by train, you can relax while enjoying complimentary Wi-Fi and amazing views. Go to PacificSurfliner.com to plan your next trip. Well, Max Agbon Polo making a big shot in this basketball game, keeping his team up by 5. Agbon Polo, big-time scorer for Santa Margarita. He has 8 tonight. Kyman has 17, leading the way.
But the Harvard-Westlake defense has done a nice job on Kyman in the second half. Jake had 12 at the half, so only 5 here in this third quarter.
So the final 4 minutes to decide the final berth in D1.
Lee won't shoot from there. They're just trying to create some high-low action.
Kendall McHugh to Agbon Polo. Here's Kyman, he wanted the ball. The spin and the fallback jumper for 2 as he rattles it in.
Oh,
Kyman with 19 and a clutch jumper.
Such a tough shot. He was guarded really well, used every trick he had in his bag of tricks, and then ended up with that step back one-legged fadeaway. That's impossible to stop.
Juzang driving, and he hooks it in. So the stars are shining late.
Yes, indeed. They both understand the gravity of the situation, and Juzang answers the Kyman basket with a spectacular one of his own.
He has 16, the brilliant junior for Harvard-Westlake. 45-40, inside of 3 minutes to play in regulation. McHugh will run the show.
Kyman has a bit of a mismatch with McCray on him.
That's going to be an offensive foul on Lee, an illegal screen.
Wow, let's see if he moves. Yeah, he's moving the whole time. Yep, that's it exactly. That's a good call by the officials. That's been a point of emphasis this year in high school and college basketball, and that's a good call. And now here's a chance for Harvard-Westlake to make this a one-possession game.
It's nervous time in Studio City. Chance again of Harvard-Westlake here at the arena. Juzang for three.
Oh, halfway down and out.
Very patient are the Eagles.
Both these teams really well coached. They will not fold under pressure.
Agbankpolo with 10 on the clock. On the baseline. Out of bounds to Harvard-Westlake. And you love how intense Mason Hooks is. He just showed his emotion when he realized the ball on that joust went against Lee. It was actually a foul called on Lee.
Wow, that's his fifth, and that is a really tough call. There was just two big guys going for the basketball. One of the problems I see in high school basketball, because they see so few guys of that size, is I'm not sure sometimes they referee the game the same for the bigs as they do for the medium and the small guys, and that's a play on. I just would have let those two guys battle it out.
There goes the rim protector for Jeff Reiner. Brings in Aldo Ruiz Ortiz. 5 points the difference. The Eagles in blue on defense with the lead. Hooks. Now he has the size advantage, but he's double teamed.
Yeah, good double by Agbankpolo on the catch.
Dotton from outside. And Harvard-Westlake's had a couple shots here to really close the gap. Minute and a half to play, and Jeff Reiner wants a timeout for Santa Margarita.
Yeah, I think it's a good timeout by Jeff. You've got a situation here where you would like to run something that will get your stars in a position to succeed. I would expect nobody else other than Agbankpolo or Kyman to shoot this.
Eagles by 5. Harvard-Westlake has 1 minute and 29 seconds to try to come back.
Hug the coast on the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner and embrace the journey to Southern California's top destinations. Cruise by sparkling beaches and rolling hills as you travel to renowned wine countries, beloved surf cities, and vibrant downtowns. Let us take you to SoCal's most inviting and inspired communities. Plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com and come hug the coast with us.
Right now at Wiener Schnitzel, you can mix and match 5 chili dogs or corn dogs for only $5.95. Wiener Schnitzel, food worth cheering for.
Well, Jake Kyman has 19 on the night. He's shot his team into a 45-40 lead. And a minute and a half to play. So again, Harvard-Westlake needs a defensive stop.
I would expect the Eagles to take at least another 10 seconds off before they go to the basket with some degree of authority, but we got a quick foul.
Dotton fouling Agbankpolo.
Neither team in the bonus yet, so just a non-shooting foul. They'll inbound the ball, but they will have a fresh 35 that helps Santa Margarita.
Certainly the clock is the ally of the Eagles. Trying to get to the D1 final against Chino Hills, the top seed. Harvard-Westlake is the 3 seed. Hard to believe that the Santa Margarita team is a 7th seed. They look more like an open division team.
Couple of perplexing losses at the end of the season dropped them a little bit.
Inside of a minute to play.
Nice job by Ruiz Ortiz to come to the ball, because otherwise Hooks would have stolen it, and he does.
Hooks gets the steal. Dotton doesn't finish. Juzang right there, rejected by Agbankpolo. Juzang again, no. Comes right back to him. 4 or 5 opportunities. Give great credit to Agbankpolo. He was defending, and it's keep away for the Eagles.
They have to foul. They have to foul.
Harvard-Westlake has to be frustrated. They had 5 opportunities, but Max Agbankpolo right in the middle was battling in there, not making it easy for Harvard-Westlake.
What a sequence this is. First, the good bounce pass, but Dotton can't convert. But Juzang just will not quit. 1 try, 2 tries, had a 3rd try, and the rim just wouldn't have it.
McHugh with another one. Kendall McHugh has 8 points. Jeff Reinhardt making sure they don't commit a foolish foul.
Money.
McHugh's played well with the 3 fouls. He's never picked up the 4th.
No, he's been terrific, orchestrating the offense, playing really smart.
Juzang for 3, that won't get there. And the Eagles are well on their way now. With a 7-point lead, they're going back to the line. And this young Harvard-Westlake team appears to be falling short on their home floor.
Well, they'll certainly be invited to state, so their season won't be over quite yet. But I'll tell you, talk about near misses. They had so many opportunities. It was 45-40 for a long time, and Harvard-Westlake just couldn't get the basket to cut it to a 1-possession game. But credit to the Eagles for, in a very physical, defensive-minded game, they were able to get just enough offense from their big stars to pull out a much-deserved victory.
And the glue guy hits 1 of 2, that being Aldo Ruiz Ortiz.
Oh, Coach Reinhardt and I both had the same grimace. The last thing you needed was a foul. But I believe that is only the 16th foul, so that's a break for Santa Margarita that it doesn't result in free throws for the Wolverines. So not much harm done there.
Juzang, a contested 3, and he hit it. 48-43 is some player. He's just a spectacular player. Of course, next week we'll have the championship game of the LA City section. Westchester, and we think Fairfax. It's not totally official yet. In fact, we have the professor checking the score. The Fairfax-Washington Prep game is going on concurrently. They were ahead by 11 over Washington Prep after 3. Do you have an update on it?
Well, you're right, Randy. You told me Washington Prep was going to give them all they wanted. With 5 minutes to go in the game, it's Fairfax only up by 8. It's 65-57 Fairfax, and Washington Prep, the Generals, aren't going away.
Yeah, Noel Scott's a terrific player for Washington Prep. Of course, there's a lot of great talent on the Fairfax side. And not shockingly, Washington Prep's giving them a good ball game.
Well, of course, we've got ACC basketball coming up for you next Saturday, and every game important in the ACC. And we've got a couple of good ones coming up for you starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. This is a barn burner. You've got Virginia going to Louisville, which is a really difficult place to play, and Virginia trying to stay within a game of Duke.
That's our tune-up for the LA City final. What a day that's going to be on KDOC, huh? All right, the Eagles will be inbounding, and we'll have to go the length of the floor. But again, there's only 9.1 seconds left. And Harvard-Westlake's back 5. Almost an impossible task.
1 chance at a steal, and then you have to foul. Not sure what the whistle would be for there. I guess they call the foul before they even inbounded the ball, which saves you time, but I always like to try to at least make 1 steal, and then you foul immediately. But sometimes people will throw the ball away and give yourselves a chance at a quick basket.
So Kyman and Juzang each with 19. So the Stars have done their thing tonight. That foul shot no good. Juzang going to come into the front court.
Got to shoot it.
Fire a 3. Rebound Hooks, he puts it in, but there's only, well, there's just above a second left. Let's see if there's any time left.
Yeah, timeout.
Called a timeout. We'll have to check the clock.
I think it was like 1.2 when the ball went through the hoop. We'll see if that's what they put on there. But barring a miracle, and all Santa Margarita really has to do is throw it somewhere near midcourt, and this game will be over.
1.8 is what they put up.
Okay, that gives them a little bit more of a chance. You're going to put on full court pressure, probably face guard, and see if you can force Santa Margarita to do something silly, like throw it the length of the court, because if it's not touched, then the ball comes back underneath the Harvard-Westlake basket. But I think this Coach Reinert's team is too smart for that, and it'll be a tough one for Harvard-Westlake. But I'll tell you, next year this team's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. A young team, all underclassmen at Harvard-Westlake. You got a young coach. Rabibo's a great young coach. He's won a state title here. He won an LA City section title at El Camino. So he's had a nice track record. Again, he's only 35.
And they had such tough shooting luck tonight. If any of those near misses go in, we're looking at a completely different situation here in this last second and a half.
And how about the Eagles? They're about to win their third road game in the playoffs. That's never easy to do at Edison, at Damien, and at Harvard-Westlake. But they have to inbound the ball, and they do. And Robbins is quickly fouled. That took away 0.6 off the clock. There's officially 1.2 remaining.
No, the Eagles, you mentioned it, Randy, a couple of times. The Eagles played as tough a schedule as anybody in the country. I mean, they took on nationally ranked teams. They played everybody they could, including Oak Hill Academy, that traveling band of NBA prospects in the Nike Extravaganza. And then in the tough Trinity League, they finished fourth. And they're about to get themselves to the finals, and that seals the deal.
Robbins, Jeff Reinert knows he's going to the championship game. 49-45. It was not easy.
And they'll battle Onyeka Okongwu, the best big man on the West Coast, and the Chino Hills Huskies. That'll be a great one.
Juzang from midcourt. It's over. 50-45. Santa Margarita holds on. And as Paul told you, the story will be, can they slow down Okongwu and beat Chino Hills? But Kaiman had 19. Juzang had 19 as well for Harvard-Westlake, which loses. Santa Margarita improves to 21-10 for Harvard-Westlake. They fall to 21-8. Of course, we got Fairfax, we believe, if they can hold on against Westchester in our LA City Championship game next Saturday night at 7:30 right here on KDOC.
The two stars shined brightly tonight. Juzang and Kaiman each had 19. Jake just had a little more help than Johnny did tonight.
He really did. We want to remind everyone, American Ninja Warriors on tonight. You know, I tried out for that.
Well, I went there, and they kicked me out because I thought it was American Pajama Warrior, and I was ready for it.
You wear your pajamas very, very well, I might add. By the way, this has been the Pacific Surfliner presentation of the CIF Southern Section Ford Boys Basketball Championships. Again, we want to thank our entire David Otter production crew. For Paul Westfall, I'm Randy Roseman. The final score once again is 50-45 for the team in blue, Santa Margarita. We're so excited about that game next week. Westchester and Fairfax, you got a prediction on that one?
Oh, I think it'll be a great game. How about that for prediction?
Well, again, Fairfax has beaten them the first two times. The third one will be a colossal meeting. But it was Kaiman and company. The Eagles over the Wolverines. The Eagles to the CIF Division I championship game against Chino Hills. For Paul, I'm Randy. Good night from Studio City.